about 7 ways to become a billionaire. Now, let's begin. Number 1, obsess over your success. For the average billionaire, success isn't just a dream. It's not just something you think about at night, or something you hope to find one day in the distant future. In the mind of a billionaire, success is like an obsession. It's something you're constantly working towards, constantly thinking about, and constantly making sacrifices to achieve. But how do billionaires dedicate themselves so much to what they do? Well, it's because they found success by committing to something they truly love, something they're genuinely passionate about, so they don't mind dedicating almost every day of their lives to their dreams. That's why billionaires will go multiple years without taking a single vacation. Bill Gates, for example, didn't take a day off for almost a decade. During the early days of Microsoft, he was working constantly because he was 100% committed to his future. This obsession is also why the average CEO works over 62 hours a week, according to a 2006 study from Harvard University. These successful people don't mind filling up their weekends and holidays with work, because they're not just working for the weekend, they're building something they love. So what does that mean for you? It means you should find something that leaves you excited and inspired every single day. And then you pursue that dream with everything you've got. You don't doubt yourself, you don't hold yourself back, and you don't assume that you're going to fail. Billionaire Mark Cuban explains that having an exit strategy means that you're not fully committed to your success. So you need to dive in head first and obsess over your passions until those dreams come to life. Number 2, the power of reinvention. Many aspiring billionaires search for success by copying their role models. Well, it makes sense. You want to follow in the footsteps of the people who inspired you, right? You want to learn from their successes and learn even more from their failures. That can be incredibly helpful on your road toward success. But you can't spend your whole career copying other people. Eventually, you have to go out on your own. You have to take a risk, and you have to show the world something it's never ever seen before. That's why several billionaires attribute their success not to their wallets, but to their minds. They say that success begins with innovation. They saw a gap in the world, something that people were missing, a need that wasn't being satisfied, and they turned that simple observation into an idea, a product, and eventually a business. In other words, billionaires found success by daring to try something new. After internalizing all those lessons they learned from their role models, they took things in their own direction, and their innovation paid off. But what does it mean to try something new? Most people think of brand new inventions. They want to be the first of their kind, but innovations don't always mean building something from the ground up. No. In fact, many of the world's most successful inventions were based on something that already existed. That's why you have so many huge companies who essentially make the same products. Innovation isn't about creating something the world has never seen, it's about putting your own creative spin on something that already exists. Something that people are already familiar with, because even if they have the product before, that creative spin gives customers a new and exciting experience. So spend some time learning from your role models, pay attention to the lessons they have to teach you, and then use those lessons to reinvent something of your own. Because that innovation, that personal spin, may become the foundation for your lifelong success. Number 3. The world of communication. If you're looking for something to reinvent, the world of communication is a great place to start, because communication is something that will never ever go out of style. People will always be looking for new ways to connect, to foster relationships, and to get involved in each other's lives. That's why many of the wealthiest billionaires found success in technology and social media. Well, take Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of Facebook, Jack Dorsey, the co-founder and CEO of Twitter, or Jan Koum, the co-founder of WhatsApp. Each of these billionaires took something that's been done countless times. We've all seen social media platforms before. We've all sent pictures and messages to our friends. But these billionaires pioneered a unique spin on communication. They changed a few variables, and they created something that felt fresh and exciting. And that innovation carried them all the way to the top. So if you're looking to reinvent something tried and true, look no further. Communication is a huge industry, and it changes all the time. So you never know which reinvention will take the world by storm. Number 4. Assemble your team. No one can be a billionaire all on their own. You might have a great idea, you might have the motivation and passion to chase your dream, but there's only so much that a single person can do. That's why it's crucial to assemble a team of people. A team that not only supports each other, but also complements each other's strengths. Alright, let's say you have a great idea for a new kind of phone. You brainstorm some amazing concepts and draw up all kinds of plans. Well, that's a great place to start, but what do you do next? Do you know how to build a prototype or market your new product to consumers? You might have the most amazing idea in the world, but your business will fall apart without a team of people working together. Oftentimes, that team starts with one pair of motivated people. Countless billionaires have risen through the ranks as a duo. Just look at Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, or Jan Koum and Brian Acton. These successful partnerships inspired and challenged each other. Because a partner gives you someone to bounce ideas off of, someone who can offer a new perspective and recognize your blind spots. Now, of course, it isn't easy to find people who genuinely share your passions or understand why you're so committed to your goals. Most people aren't willing to dedicate as much time and effort as you are. So when you do meet someone who shares your work ethic, don't let them slip away. If you want to become a billionaire, you need to assemble your own team of strong and motivated people. And that way, when you stumble upon your next big idea, you have the resources to make it happen. Number 5. Solve a problem. Many new entrepreneurs spend too much time brainstorming ideas without asking themselves one simple question. Do people want this? Will customers actually buy my product? To be successful, you have to create something that people like, something that makes their lives faster, easier, or more fun. If you aren't creating a product that people genuinely enjoy, now you stand no chance of becoming a billionaire. That's why many successful people recommend a customer-first mentality. When you find or reinvent your niche, then don't think about the money. Think about your potential customer. Step into their shoes and just ask yourself, why do I want this? How does this product affect my life? Because the answer has to be positive. Your work has to be, in one way or another, valuable to a complete stranger. Otherwise, your big idea will never get off the ground. So if money is the only thing on your mind, it's time to change your perspective. Focus on appealing to real people. Figure out what they want, what they like, and what problems they're having. And then make it your mission to solve those problems. The beauty of this approach is that it changes your mentality. Instead of trying to save money around every turn, you're creating real solutions for real people. When you focus on your customers, you're less tempted to cut corners, you're less concerned with every penny, and you're more motivated to do the best you can. So turn your attention toward problem solving and create something that really resonates with your customers. If you can do that, your work might find a lasting place in their lives. Number 6. Never say die. Every billionaire has at least one thing in common. They never stop pushing. When their first company went under, they didn't give up. They started another. And when they nearly went bankrupt, they didn't throw in the towel. They found innovative ways to boost their sales. So whether they have $1 or $1 billion to their name, billionaires never stop moving forward. Because success isn't something you have forever. You could be successful one day and empty-handed the next. So if you want to achieve your financial dreams, you should never stop pushing. But what does that constant progress actually look like? For many companies, it means staying at the forefront of their field, staying up to date on new trends, research, and ideas, incorporating fresh styles and adjusting their products to match the needs of their customers. Well, just look at how huge companies like Apple have pushed themselves over the years. Apple began as a small company with one goal: create a user-friendly home computer. But Apple has stayed on top by continuously reinventing their image, adding smartphones, TVs, and even watches. Apple is a great example of what a forward-moving company looks like. So, if you want to become a billionaire, you need to approach your work with the same flexibility and determination, because that never-say-die attitude is the key to your lifelong success.